Hello, soul family. Here's another quick vision that I had while I was at the dentist. At the dentist, my favorite place. Um, oh, I love my dentist. So this happened. I was not under. I was numb, but I was very aware and cognizant of what was happening. And so I'm sitting in the chair, the wonderful dental chair, and the entities start coming closer to me, and I'm looking at them and I'm trying to figure out who they are. Now my eyes are closed, because my whole focus of being in the dental chair is just relax and, just don't think about what's happening, because I don't really respond to the numbing um, in the cane family. And so Novocaine, Marcaine, cocaine, whatever, it's all the cane family. And so I'm sitting there really focused on relaxing, and he has a great, iTunes or Pandora playlist, whatever, going. And so I'm, in my mind singing, I think it was Fleetwood Mac was playing at the time. And so just kind of chilling and going, okay, I can get through this. And if it hurts, it's fine. Just let him know and give you some more of whatever he was giving me. And these entities are getting closer, and I'm going, who is that? What is that? And I see there's three elvins coming towards me, and elvins are, about 6 feet tall. They have really big ears. They have really big wings, and they're really cool. I'm really enjoying, but they have warrior energy, unlike a fairy or an elf. So they're different, and I don't see them very often. But these three were coming, and they were like, "Come on!" And I'm all, right now. I'm at the dentist, and they're like, "Come on." I'm going, "Oh my God, you're not kidding. Like, you want me to come with you right now?" And they're like, "Yes, we really need you. Come on." And I was just like, you know what? This is what I do. I'm going to go. Whether I'm at the dentist or not, I'm going to go. So I leave my body, and I'm traveling with these elvins, and I'm coming closer to some kind of creature flying in the air. Kind of reminds me of a pterodactyl. And I'm like, what are those? What are those things flying? And they said, well, it's something that you would refer to as a kookaburra. Well, I don't know what a kookaburra looks like. But that bird, first of all, it was huge. So it's nothing that we have here on this planet. And I was all, okay, fine, a kookaburra, a big ass kookaburra. And so I also realized that as we were flying, I was going more towards the North Pole, the center of the Earth. And as I'm looking at the kookaburras, behind the kookaburras, I can see a dome, and I can see through the dome. And inside the dome was, I believe, the inner Earth, one of the places that has been traveled to even by Admiral Byrd, I think in the 1940s. He and his, co-captain flew into the Middle Earth and reported it looking like Fantasyland. I mean, there was woolly mammoths, there was creatures there that he had never seen on our Earth, which, basically he just flew over the ice wall. He flew over the ice. And so basically he was in a different place. That's what he said. And he even testified before Congress about it. So I can clearly see things, but I can't make them out. But I know that that's where I'm at. I'm close to that area. And they said, we need to corral the kookaburras back underneath the dome where they're safe. They came out, and we need to get them back in. We can't get them back in. And so I'm like, okay, well, what do we got to do? And it was like, well, raise your energy, get big and raise your energy, and we're going to start corralling them back in. And so as soon as I put my arms out like this, and I realized, to my left and to my right, that I had similar energetic beings helping, and they were very familiar. And I know that we have worked on things in the past where we worked on a damaged ley line. We worked on a volcano together that was going to erupt, and we were able to calm it down. What else? There's several things that I know that I have. But the NORAD, when we did that testing with the NORAD, these are the same beings, and I believe that they're like me. They're Earth humans, but we're here for other purposes. And so I noticed them, and there was more that I couldn't quite make out, who they were. So as we're starting to do this, it's not really quite working because the kookaburra birds are, they're not stupid. They're just a little, kind of do 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 do. They are just not 100% aware of their surroundings, let's just say. And so I hear, well, we got to be, hawk energy, because hawk energy is got more, interestingly enough, they use the predator word. And yet I know that hawks are not predators, hence that word, period. Outside of the animal kingdom, really no bird is a predator. It's all for survival. It is all to get food to eat. There's no going out and killing just to kill. These animals always kill something else for food for themselves. And so I just heard, we got to have the hawk energy. And I said, well, why not the eagle? It's a bigger animal. And they said, no, they're not afraid of the eagles, because the eagles don't care about when they're out here flying. They don't care about other birds. They literally just go out to do how they want to fly and take in the terrain and all of that. But they're never up there hunting when they're in the air way up there. And so they're not afraid of the eagles, and the eagles don't threaten them. And they said, but the hawks kind of scare them because of their energy is actually bigger than an eagle. And I'm like, God, that's so interesting, right? So, okay, which is great, because the hawk is my spirit animal. I mean, I see hawks everywhere, even where places people are like, there's no hawks here, as in San Francisco downtown, and there's a hawk. And, I've got witness to someone going, there's no hawks in San Francisco. Well, there is when I'm here, because that's my spirit animal. So anyway, we become hawk energy, and we're getting really big, and we're starting to like corral them, to make a horseshoe shape. And we're just slowly taking them back in. They are afraid of us. They're not very fast moving, and they're just flying, and we're slowly putting them back under the dome. And so as I'm looking through the dome, I'm like, where are we? What is this? What's going on here? And how did they get out? And I heard that just overall that the sun is affecting the domes. And I'm going, that's plural, so what does that mean? And so I'm being pushed out, and I'm being like backwards. And I have seen this before, but it was so clear this time that most times when this happens, it's just a real quick, I'm being pulled out, and I see something, and then it goes away. This time I see the dome, the inner earth, and ice walls. Then I see another one. Then I see another one. And on the globe, this massive globe, I see Earths. And it's not flat, but it's not this small one, just one globe that we're taught. It's bigger. So in a way, flat Earth people are correct, but globe thinking that we live on a globe is correct. But it's huge. So as I'm going back, it's just massive Earths on this globe, all separated by these ice walls, all around the other side that I can't even see of the globe. And it goes all the way down to the bottom. And I'm like, this is really cool. Why are there so many everywhere? And they said, think of the top where that one was, where the kookaburras were, is the top, the very top of it. It's the ascension. It's the fantasy land. It's all in all. It's the love place. And at the bottom, if we think of heaven on earth, then there's a hell on earth, right? And the bottom had heavy energy, as if, there was war and fighting and, fallout, apocalyptic kind of just energy there. And so I was like, wow, okay. So how, when you're here, do you ever get up there? And they showed me that as everything is constantly shifting from the bottom of the earth, there's always shifting and it's always moving to the top. And how, when you get to the top, you're at that place that earth, that's that particular earth has ascended. We are right, we're the next one to go into the ascension place. And I just was still in awe because that place is always there. We get to join in with that energy. We get to be a part of that. And what happens is it's the Taurus field. But as you're thinking that as it goes up on the planet, on the globe, you would fall into it. But what they showed me is it technically is the Taurus field, and the Taurus field is, this way. And so basically the internal and the external is that you start from the bottom and you work your way up. Start from the bottom, work your way up. Start from the bottom. And so but on the outer surface, it's moving in what it looks like counterintuitive. And I was so floored. I just was amazed. And I don't question flat earth or the globe. I was just shown this to just started with the Kookaburras, helping the Kookaburras. So I don't know what to say. I'm not telling you that that's what it is. That's just what I saw. Do I believe it? Yeah. I think my guides were really showing me something special that we are all a part of, and that we know something is coming. There already is massive change in people. They're waking up to their truth of who they are. They're quickly letting go of past traumas that have dictated them. They're dropping that off. There's just so many wonderful things that are happening, like magic and miracles abundantly abound, I should say. So I'm just encouraging all of you to, as cuckoo as it sounds, don't poo-poo anything. I'm so weird. Anyway, I just know that, is it an answer to a question? Maybe. Or are we seeing things differently? Maybe. Whatever it is, let yourself be searching continually. If you need help, ask the guides, ask your guides, ask the spirits that have transitioned over, ask animals who've transitioned over. If you know or you don't know where you're from, ask. If you think you're from a galactic, galaxy, whether it's Andromeda, Lyra, or the Sirius constellation. I mean, there's just so many galaxies that you could be from, and it could be from a name that nobody's ever talked about. I mean, there's just so many out there. I'm just naming the ones that, we're familiar with, that they have talked about. Can we go through the black hole? Absolutely. Absolutely, we can travel through there. And for someone to say you can't, that you might get stuck, well, is that true? I'm not saying it's not. And if you believe it, then it is. And if you want to go through there, okay. So I'm just saying please, you don't have to do anything, but please, if you're struggling or you're questioning, of course I'm here for sessions, and there's so much help out there right now that want to bring us closer to the truth, our truth, and all truth. And so, Paul says, joy unspeakable. And if we're not having joy unspeakable in our lives, smile. Just keep smiling, because you can fake a smile and everybody will know you're faking because it's not genuine. But think of something that is wonderful or has been wonderful in your life that made you so happy, and just smile about it. And that is how we help humanity, is by smiling. We give that universal love experience to them. It is the shortest distance between two people. So I just encourage you all to keep going, keep imagining, image reflected, and bringing forth your truth, whatever that is, and having faith that you know, and you cannot unknow what you know. You can act like it and pretend, but you truly already know. And so we're just seeking confirmation and guidance, direction, and even asking for that from the guides. You'll get it. I promise you. All right. Have a wonderful night, everybody. And much love to you. All right. Bye-bye.